Hello?
Hello, Jughead. This is Archie. Come over right away. It's a matter of life or death.
Oh, relax, Archie.
Attention, all true believers. Marvel Comics is on the air.
The friend of the unfortunate, enemy of criminals. In reality, Dan Garrett, a rookie patrolman, loved by everyone but suspected by none of being the Blue Beetle.
Boys and girls, your attention, please. Presenting a new exciting radio program featuring the thrilling adventures of an amazing and incredible personality. Faster than an airplane, more powerful than a locomotive, impervious to bullets.
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome to another Best Coast Comics. I'm one of your hosts, Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd, and I'm joined, as always, by
Big B McFly, the comic guy.
Hey, sounding nice and crystal clear over there. Rocking the new microphone. It's making a difference already. I can tell. That's awesome. Listen to that throat clearing. That was just epic.
Sorry. Yes.
Hey, 'tis the season for a little bit of throat clearing, right? Like that's what they say, as the kids say. Speaking of being hip and with the times, welcome to kind of our bon voyage to 2024 show. Just for those that are joining us for the first time, or for those that may have forgotten, I want to let you know that we are streaming on my channel, which is I'm Bronze Age Nerd, over on YouTube. We're streaming over on Big B McFly's, the Comic Book Guys channel, as well over on YouTube. And you can also catch us wherever the EXP is broadcast, and that is over on the EXP YouTube channel, their Facebook, their Twitch, over live on their Instagram, all kinds of fun places. And the links for the EXP and for Big B McFly's channel are both in the description. Please go check out those places, sub them up. We definitely want you to be subscribed to all those channels and get all the great content coming from all those channels. Now, what are we going to do tonight, Big B? We have a full 2024 agenda. We are going to close out the year with a bang, one day early, but I think that's fine because nobody will be watching us this time tomorrow night anyway, right?
Like tomorrow night, they got better things to do.
Yeah. So we are going to go through and pick our favorite piece from every submission for the comic book community art contest, or really, I don't think a lot of people may not have even known it was a contest. The community art submissions that we've got for Best Coast Comics.
Yes.
The winning piece from each person is going to be selected. We're going to put it into a kind of a bracket system, like a Sweet 16 kind of a thing. And we're going to make posts. It'll be shared on Big B and Mai's Instagram feeds, like a collaborative post. Mm-hmm. And everybody can vote. We'll have, votes in the comments. And then we'll have the winners move forward and face their opponent, that kind of thing. It's going to be a bracket system, right? But we have to choose which piece from each artist moves forward. And so we're going to select the piece with some input from the audience, of course, live watching tonight. And then voters will decide the winner. The winner's going to get a package of prizes from myself, from Big B, and from Trav, or AKA Comics Limited, who's another person you've seen kind of in the chat a lot. You've seen their art a lot. And somebody we'll have on at some point too. He's helped out with Heroes for Heroes.
He'd totally be down for that.
Yeah, 100%. So that's definitely going to happen. So that's one thing we have going on. We're also going to talk about some of our favorite pickups from 2024 for comic book collecting purposes. We have some honorable mentions. We have our top 10 favorite pickups, literally. And then we also, I'm going to reveal my top 5 booty covers of the year for 2024. So that's exciting. I'm sure Sydney Sweeney is going to get involved somehow in that. Don't worry, Richard. I know you're going to be wondering about that. And then we also have a few news stories to cover, just a few things. We don't have a whole lot to talk about. Before we get to any of that, Big B, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Holidays weren't too terrible.
Yeah. That's all you can really ask for, is holidays that aren't too terrible. Yeah, no, I kind of threw you a curveball there because what I was gonna say is let's check in with the chat and say hello to everybody. We got GT Key Comic, who was holding it down, probably on a couple different channels there. Silver medalist Richard Westfall hanging out.
Get him one of these days.
Yeah, the aforementioned Richard, Sydney Sweeney loving, excellent person all around, who helped us out with Heroes for Heroes as well.
Yep.
Preston, I'd say I have the bronze, but he's one of the men of the hour. No, you can take the bronze medal. The bronze medal is always up for grabs. We got to see who's going to be the new bronze medalist, Preston. Figure drawing in the house. By the way, figure drawing, I did get your email. I'm kind of mulling it over. Thanks for sending that in. I appreciate it. Not sure if I'm going to do anything with it or not, but I am. It is on the back burner. I've just had a lot going on. That's the real thing. What's on the comic rack, says Richard Eastfall. That's funny.
Hey,
what's up, buddy? How's it going? Thanks for being here. Leonard, always pleasure to have you here, Leonard. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you as well. And Renegade Rants Comics is in the house. Lots of great people in the chat. I'm sure we'll have some more join in that we'll definitely try to
criminally underfollowed, right?
Yeah. If we could just get Sydney, if one thing comes from this show, it's getting Sydney Sweeney a few more followers. I'll consider it mission accomplished. Yep. Shout out for Comics Limited there. Also Renegade Rants Comics, give them a follow as well. Anybody else who has a channel, we'll definitely shout you out. Before we get to all that, saying hi to everybody in the chat, we really appreciate it. Just makes me want to say, we're not quite to that magical moment for Happy New Year yet, but hey, we're basically there. And as we're reflecting on the year, just thank you to everybody who's helped make this show. I mean, that thanks to Big B, of course, thanks to the EXP, which has helped us out quite a bit. It's kind of surprising we don't have Jay as our producer tonight for the first time, I think.
First time, maybe?
Yeah.
No?
Maybe there was one. Now, there might have been one other time.
One other time where Kyle filled in for him.
Yeah. But for the most part, it's kind of unusual not to be able to say hello to Jay and have him in the chat. But he's off doing some more fun stuff than this, which is great. We want to see that happen. But we just wanted to thank everybody. Thank everybody who's been a part of this. Thank everybody who's been following along. Because without you, we couldn't do things like Heroes for Heroes. We couldn't make that, successful like it is, which is very important to us, obviously. We couldn't, Big B's hit milestones and is following. And I don't know that has anything to do with this show or this channel or whatever, but I mean, I hope it has some effect. And I just want to thank everybody for doing that and following him. I know the EXP's hit some milestones and we really appreciate that too. If I tried following Sydney Sweeney, I'd have a restraining order slapped on me. 500 feet, you'd be fine. That's a good point. Just get some good binoculars, right? And I do not condone stalking. Don't take that as a condoning of stalking. But yeah. Hey, the end of the day, we love Sydney Sweeney around here. That's all I'm saying. Oh no, figure drawing's gonna come in here and say that she has meh acting abilities and would be a better Harley than Margot. Whoa. Hawker'll take meh acting ability. Sydney would make a better Harley than Margot Robbie, even though Margot is an elite actress. Sydney is okay. So you're saying just based on physique, huh?
Okay. He's saying based off the Bruce Timm build for Harley.
Yeah, which makes sense. As it's had, for those that don't know, this is a kind of a joke on the show because Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney was basically everybody's, rumors that she's going to play Black Cat, rumors that she's going to play so and so. It always comes up anytime there's like a casting call. No, Richard. No.
I love it.
No, I saw the mech comment and I was like, oh, is he gonna crap all over Sydney Sweeney? No, he's doing great. We love having figure drawing around. But I think that I really want to see Sydney Sweeney in it's funny I have to say this, an action movie. Even though she was in Madam Web, was she though? Because she kind of, I don't know, she was there, but she wasn't doing any action. I need to see her in an action movie because I've seen her in some comedic stuff. I've seen her in some drama stuff. I don't think that she necessarily has the widest acting range on the planet, but she definitely has a wide range, just not a wide acting range.
Finger drawing is a great dude.
Wow. No one's gonna ban you. No worries.
Wow. I think
folks,
didn't they just do mainly running in Madam Web? There wasn't a lot of action. It was just
not enough running either, to be honest with you. I mean, they could have done more of that.
Was
and I would
that
have
CPR scene though that went on forever.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird with that movie because she's in the costume for like 4 seconds, and the costume looked awesome.
Right?
I wish there was more of that in Madam Web, for both Madam Web and for Julia Carpenter. And yeah, by the way, here's a pet peeve of mine that's come up. You want to hear my pet peeve of 2024? I have heard lots of people in the comic book community refer to Julia Carpenter as Jessica Carpenter.
Oh no,
ever since that movie
Drew and Julia Carpenter.
Exact, and I think that's why.
Right.
But it's really funny how that keeps happening. And I'm like, I know these people should know better. I'm not going to call out who I heard said that, but they know who they are. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, it's not bad. My son wanted a Randy Rhoads guitar for Christmas, and I said Dusty Rhodes, which that's a wrestler.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a wrestler that even I know. Oh yeah, they're hitting home runs left and right. Hey, what's up, Forever Now? God. So you made, Forever New, my bad. You made it through 17 minutes of Madam Web. Yeah. I'm one of those rare people that would say that I don't think it's as bad as most people say it is. I like to make fun of it because it's a bad movie. It's not like all time bad. It's just a bad movie. But bad movies can be fun.
Yeah, there was like a lot of like my watching it was trying to figure out what it was originally intended to be, because there's obvious overdubs in there and stuff where they cut away where you can't see people's mouths, what they're saying. So it's like there's obviously they changed a lot at some point.
Did I share that video? I shared that video in my Discord. I don't know if you watched it.
I don't think I did. No.
Okay, so Chris from Comic Tropes was going to do his trash movie Bonanza on Madam Web. And by the way, before I move too far along, I really want to say hi to Colossus Collector. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for joining the show. We appreciate having you here. Always fun to see anybody from the Council of X over here. So he was doing that trash movie Bonanza, and I'd mentioned a video that kind of did a deep dive on the ADR, or additional dialogue recording, for Madam Web, and what the real plot of the movie probably was. It's a great video. I shared it in my Discord server. I highly recommend going and following it, but it kind of does a great job of pointing out all those times that additional dialogue was obviously recorded. And he takes a lot of leaps into what he thinks the plot of the movie was, and whether you agree with that or not is fine, but it does showcase like just how much ADR was done in that movie, which is an insane amount.
And if Ezekiel looked the way he did, wouldn't people have been like terrified of Spider-Man when he first came around?
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's always that Vampirella movie or Tracy Lords as Deja Thoris. I haven't seen the Deja Thoris. What? That wasn't in John Carter, was it?
I don't.
She had to be too old to play Deja in that movie.
I don't think that was Tracy Lords. What was the not Cthulhu, a Lovecraft Country? They had a really great Deja Thoris type character at the very beginning of that.
Nice. The reaction to Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner is so wild. Bullgate. Well, so what's like, he looks exactly like Guy Gardner.
Kinda. Guy Gardner didn't look as bad as they made Nathan Fillion look.
I mean, I think it's as much as you can make Nathan Fillion look like Guy Gardner, though.
Right. Probably, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That bowl cut was that's first of all, it's not even just a bowl cut; it's like a super bowl cut,
right?
Or sorry,
Guy Gardner's bowl cut wasn't as pronounced. They kind of made it really poofy, and I don't know, it looks kind of goofy, but we'll see.
Okay, so Preston, what was it? Was it actually a Deja Thoris film? Because I tried to get a list of all these bad comic book movies together, and I don't remember that one. I don't remember coming across it. So help me out.
If I get the chance to watch I think what I just said a minute ago, whatever country,
Yeah,
Lovecraft Country, the very beginning part where it's got Cthulhu, it's got War of the Worlds, it's got all of it mashed together. It's really great.
Princess of Mars 2009. Okay, I'll try to add that to my list. One of my goals for 2025 is to get back to doing the watches over on my Discord server, like watch-alongs for bad comic book movies. So many things I need to get on track for. I have lots of New Year's resolutions, but we're going to talk about that next week.
Right. Some targets and goals for next year.
Speaking of New Year's resolutions, I still have some viewer stuff to send out, which, man, I had a hell of a time getting payment to come through on something for a while that was kind of holding up some shipments. But after New Year's, I will have some time to work on some of that stuff, which is one of the things that's been bothering me. So I appreciate like Christina's patience. She was a saint in having patience waiting for me to get her shipment ready, and a few other people too. So Big B, I'll give you the choice here. Should we do news, community art, or our top favorite pickups from 2024 first? I'll leave it up to you.
Should we give it to the chat? Let them decide.
Okay, so Big B says let the chat decide. Can't argue with that.
Saying the chat's a bigger part of the show than we are, so let's let them decide.
That's true. The chat is a huge part of the show. I got to turn on my cool RGBs that let everybody know that I'm a true gamer.
RGB. So
there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
You have light controls on your mic. There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, I wish it was cooler, to be honest.
So Richard says community art. That's the only art. That's all I'm
art. All right. News. We got to vote for news.
News. We got one for art, one for news. We need a tiebreaker here, people.
No matter how many times you type art, Richard, it's just one vote.
Right. Oh, now Preston says top 10. So we're going to have a three-way tie.
Let the ring bearer decide. Wait, what? Where's Frodo at? I don't get it.
Well, you look kind of like Gimli, maybe. So
Gimli wasn't a ring bearer.
You read me a bedtime story. There we go.
Oh, Kyle back. By the way, Kyle's our producer for tonight. Kind of. I'll call him our couch producer. That actually sounds terrible. I'm not going to call him that. He's our producer at home. Let's put it that way, because he's tired.
So we need one more vote, people, for either art, news, or top 10.
Guy Gardner gets the vote.
Guy Gardner for the win.
Art Carney impressions. God damn it. Well, there's only 12 people watching, so I guess I can't be expecting too much from all you.
All right,
they didn't help you out, Big B.
Let's do art.
Art, okay. There's a lot to go through here, so probably best that we do get through it.
We've been saying we're going to get to it, so I think we should prioritize it.
Yeah, we should definitely do this. So here's what happened. I went through every week's submissions, which I kind of had organized by show. There were a lot of weeks we didn't do community art because we didn't have enough submissions, or because we had other stuff going on and we kicked it down the curb a little bit. I will pull up each artist art. Some people have a few submissions, some people have tons of submissions. Right. And then it's up to us to, hey, what's up, Collector P? Nice to see you popping in there. So I'm kind of going in alphabetical order here. The first up alphabetically is Actual Dracula. Some of these were not labeled, and I kind of am like, oh, I think I recognize their style. If I put somebody in the wrong folder, please forgive me. I was doing this really quickly. And don't hate me forever if I put you in the wrong spot. We'll figure it out at some point. Again, how this is going to work is we're going to pick our favorite one submission from each artist, and then we will kind of have a round robin tournament.
So you and I must come to a consensus on our favorite
with chat's help. Yeah,
with chat's help. Okay.
I mean, we can be swayed by chat, right? Like you just said, they're a big part of this show. So
true.
So we're going with Actual Dracula's submissions. And we've shown off each one of these pieces for the most part many times throughout the history of this show. So
you can already know which one I want for Drac, but we can go through them all.
Okay. So we got the Big Barda.
Oh God, that one's good.
That one, yeah. I forgot about that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I mean some of these it's been months, right? So
right. Yeah, that's
That
a
one's
good one
good.
too. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'll go through all of them, kind of at this
Fairly
pace.
quickly. Yeah, that's a good pace.
Hey, I should get in touch with actual Dracula. I bet you he would be a good guy to go on like SketchUp or something like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
That's from my memory, that's my pick. But
Yeah. I mean, and he like burned the pages and everything too.
the story about that one, he said he was drawing it by a campfire and then he decided to just burn the edges of the pages and stuff. So that's just really cool.
That takes some cojones, some brass cojones. That's a good one.
Hey,
though.
Tina.
Hey, Tina. Welcome to the show. Yeah, everybody have a happy and safe New Year's. That is a very good message.
That's a beautiful turtle there too. Oh God, he did that one for Heroes for Heroes. That one's great too.
I mean, it's great, but I do think that there are some other ones here that
wow.
the
Yeah,
Ayatollah rock and roller.
Oh God, I love that one too.
This one, I almost don't know if this, because he did this for Comics Curing Cancer.
Yeah,
I don't know if that
true.
really.
He just threw that one in as to just show some of his style. Yeah. Shredder.
See that's a powerful one too.
Yeah, a powerful one.
Now for you say Ghost Rider, to me I guess that's the one to beat. So I'm going to kind of scroll through here. I'm going to scroll through.
I'm still going to go for Ghost Rider. I think is going to be my vote. Although there's some really good ones in there.
Oh, I mean, there's some gorgeous ones. To me, this Ghost Rider, I think actual Dracula is an extremely good artist. This Ghost Rider seems like it's almost like it went up to an extra level even for his art, though.
Yeah, I think it's a really, really good one.
But I do want to go through and make sure I give everything a fair shake.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That one's pretty good, but I think I'm going Ghost Rider still.
Yeah, I'm going Ghost Rider.
Okay.
I'm going Ghost Rider too.
All right. So we're not even no swaying us. That one, Ghost Rider's it.
Yeah, I mean, there's just, if we both agree, unless the chat was like, no,
no, that one, the thing is the one.
And I'll go through at the end and I'll show who all the finalists will be. Now, here's a question for you, Bigby, because my memory just doesn't work this way. And you were the one that talked to Ava. Ava Schrager, did she decline?
No, she just was showing her art. We can show her art. If you
yeah, but she wasn't trying to be part of the competition.
No,
right?
She just wanted to encourage other people to do art.
And her art, I mean, her art is fantastic. So I don't have any problem.
Amazing. If you guys aren't following her, she's on Instagram. Amazing, talented young lady. She does shows up and down the East Coast. So,
Davy Jones. I almost forgot the character's name from Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. I might be wrong.
The one-winged angel, right?
Yeah. Does it only have one wing? I thought it had two.
He only has one, I think. That's his. She has such a diverse range too.
Yeah, very. That's exactly what I thought when I saw it. It was very diverse. I'm being silly, and then that's amazing.
Yeah, that one is.
I mean,
so good.
She's not going to be in the competition because and that's totally fine. Anybody who wants to submit artwork to us at any time can. Whether or not you want to be in the competition, if you don't want to be, you just kind of bow out. That's fine. I think that's my favorite just from a personal level, but I think technically, I think
Davy Jones has probably got the best level of detail, but I really like the Harley. Yeah, it's just how democracy. Yeah, just me and Bronze putting the hammer down. This is it.
not with a whimper, but with a Ghost Rider,
or with a gavel.
Yeah. I have one. Don't make me get it out.
A band hammer.
Yeah, it is I need to get like an engraving on it, the band hammer. Okay. This one's going to be this is our probably third most submissions. So yeah, again, Ava, hopefully Richard, I know this might be asking a lot of you, but I don't know if you can find her profile. Christina
Schrager.
to find us Dracula's.
SCHRA I think I believe.
I have it as SCHRAEGER. Yeah.
Yep.
But if you're able to find it, Richard, or any other mod, I would appreciate it. I shouldn't just single out Richard. I mean, Christina's very good at doing that too. If anybody has time, and if you don't, that's fine too.
Christina, Richard, Tina. Yeah, there's a ton of mods in tonight.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. In fact, I think most of our chat's mods. Okay, so this one is going to be our third most submission, so we're going to have to go through this one fairly quick. Which a lot of his art is amazing. This one's easy for me though, so that's actually
you already know you've got one picked, huh?
I have a favorite, but I'm partial. This is Ben Taz, everybody. Ben Taz, phenomenal artist who also was an amazing contributor to Heroes for Heroes, as was Actual Dracula, which we mentioned earlier. In fact, I think most the community artists are, which is really.
I don't
cool.
know that Ben wanted to be part of the contest either. I think he was just trying to encourage people as well. So, but we can pick. It would be nice to have like contributors and say our favorite of the contributors.
Well, let's still pick a winner, and then I'll have you follow up, or one of us can follow up.
Yeah, for sure. I'll make sure.
I love this because this, to me, something about this is just that I think I said this at the time.
Simplicity of the skyline and the boat, and then
it just has like that comic strip kind of feel to it, like like an adult style comic strip or whatever.
That one's so cool too.
That's cool, yeah. Oh, I gotta be careful. There's one in here. Okay, I left out the one that is a little risque.
The one that has the pasties on it.
Yeah.
Again, very wide variety
of
style in his stuff.
Totally. I agree.
I think Richard said that Ben's Freedom's Edge is the first book he read after coming back from overseas, and it brought him back into comics.
Wow.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yep. I like that one a lot too.
Yeah.
My guess is producer Kyle would like this one quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one. Literally a comic.
That's really good. Creepy.
Is that Toy Story?
It looks Toy Story-esque.
Inspired by, maybe.
Look, the guy.
Is there another horror movie that did that too before that? I feel like there might have been.
I don't know. This guy's got things coming out of his mouth. I mean,
yeah. And there's so many that I'm going a little quick, but it's just to kind of help us kind of refresh us on what's in here.
That one's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, did his Heroes for Heroes one make it in?
Probably I told you I had a favorite, and I'm partial to it.
Oh, I bet you that's the one. Okay. See, that's the cover to Freedom's Edge.
Yeah, and I mean, the city, he did such a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, not just the city, but just everything.
Oh yeah, no, it's great though. Yeah, it's beautiful. That's
So for me, it's gonna be hard to sway me from this one, but for those that don't know, I own this piece. I bid hard on it because I really wanted it. The coolest thing about this, by the way, shout out to people that didn't watch that stream. Shouting this out for the people that didn't watch that stream. If you didn't watch that stream, shame on you. Watch it next year. No, I'm just kidding.
It was 11 and a half hours of pure unadulterated fun.
Well, but the community art stream was shorter than that.
Oh yeah, no, that was like what, 4 hours?
So Ben did this, and he not only did, so it's obviously a Planet Comics #1 homage, which I mean, there's a lot of covers that have homages over the years, but he actually went to, I'm sorry if I have this wrong, I thought it was Dave Stevens' sister, I want to say.
The Dave Stevens
estate, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to them to get permission for this, to use it for, which I mean, I think you're well within your rights to do this without doing that, but to me it just made it that much cooler. I think that's a class move from him.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I have the original. I didn't want to dig it out and everything, but just to show it, I probably wouldn't have been fair either. Oh, and there it is right next to the original. So
yeah, I think I'm gonna side with you on that one as my favorite of his.
That's so cool.
Yes, that's a great one too.
Love it.
So much good stuff. Inspector Gadget. Love that too.
I just watched that with my daughter. She hadn't seen it before. He's so good.
Yeah. There you go. Freedom Edge.
Yeah. And that was the last one. Okay. So
we'll go with
we're gonna go with the Mission 22 piece.
Mission 22, yeah.
Oh my God, 2024 is gonna end and 2025 is gonna begin. What are your thoughts about it? I mean, to me,
It is what it is.
it's just I'll be honest, like maybe it's just the cynic in me, but it's just, to me, it's a calendar rolling over. It's not much different than a month rolling over. I will say how I really feel about it is the year 2025 sure as hell sounds more futuristic than 2024.
It does. It does sound a little sci-fi for sure.
It's got a certain je ne sais quoi to it, if you will.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm pulling out the Mission 22 piece as Ben's winning piece. And we will move on. Blake Canvas, was he wanting to be part of it or not?
No, this was just somebody submitting art to inspire.
Yeah, okay. I kind of figured, but I wanted to make sure I double checked. I didn't want to like accidentally rule anybody out.
Yep.
So Blake Canvas submissions, there's 4 pieces here, all of which are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. And he is Blake Canvas on Instagram. And I believe he has his own book, like he has his own book there that you guys can check out.
Probably a little blurry for people, and I do apologize. Like when you zoom out, you can it's a lot cooler, but then I know it's hard to see the detail, so I apologize for that. I'm sure if you go follow him, you'll get to see things in a little bit better detail there.
Yeah, I guess he's at the Triskelly sisters, so that might be his Instagram. Yeah,
and I'll zoom in on that.
That's the name of his book is the Triskelly sisters.
So people hope it's the _ TRISKELE _ sisters.
I think that's taken from Triskelion.
I think so. I mean, I imagine. And then there's the last wrap, I guess you'd say, or page.
Yeah.
Really nice very
stuff,
cool. Yeah, very nice stuff. Not moving on quickly because of any other reason other than I know exactly how many of these there are to look through.
A lot. Thank you.
This is actually
one to do that. Oh, K-pop says it's a good book. There we go.
Hey, what's up, K-pop?
And if K-pop says it's a good book, there you
go. Chaos Prime says excited for Age of the Primes because I'm excited. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a big Transformers fan.
Is Age of the Primes, is it just a toy line? Because I know there's some Age of the Primes figures coming out.
Is there a movie coming with that or something, or a TV series?
I don't know if that's just maybe it's a toy line in a comic. I will find out, I'm sure. I'm a big Transformers geek too, or at least I shouldn't say that. I'm becoming more of one, is what I should say.
He's transforming into one.
Okay, it's like the new Legacy. Yeah. Roll out. Autobots, roll out. That's about it. You're gonna get at me. Yeah, I have my latest Studio Series Prime is finally shipping from my pile of loot. So I'm excited for that because I haven't had a definitive Optimus Prime figure in a while. So I'm happy for that.
Cool.
Okay, so these are actually new submissions for this week, but I'm just going to roll them in right now because
and they do want to be a part of the community thing. So
I figured. This is CJ Designs 66, I believe.
Yep.
You can follow CJ on Instagram. For those that might be wondering, some people have asked, not related to Comic Journey, as far as I'm aware.
Right.
Completely separate individual.
Like, CJ. No, not that CJ.
And he did a Blade versus Deacon Frost piece for us for Heroes, which since he sent these 4 in, I don't have that piece pulled, the artwork for it, but I like one of these more anyway. So to me,
there's one in here that is definitely my favorite out of these. Yeah, there's a better look at his logo.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you can see it right in his this is like from his screenshot from his IG. Oh yeah, that's right. I forget. Thank you for reminding me about that, Kyle. I appreciate that. Haven't seen him in a bit. And you said this was Marilyn?
Yep, Marilyn Monroe.
So I asked when you sent this to me, because maybe is this a famous photo of her or something like that? Like
I don't know. No, he had in his Instagram post, it was like Marilyn Monday or something, and so that was his post for that day.
I was actually going to ask if this was Madam, because I could kind of see her in this a little bit too.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So that's why I was like just trying to make sure, but Marilyn totally makes sense too, of course.
And that's my favorite.
That's my favorite too. So yeah, 100% Storm. We're both in agreement there. And I think his Blade thing he did was really cool, but I think this is even better because it's almost like she's in like free fall or something. It's really cool.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Have you watched the What If?
My daughter and I are watching it, and my wife watched one episode with us. We just watched the episode where we're watching them in order. The celestial emergence happened early, or actually happened, or whatever.
Okay.
What if the celestial emergence happened?
Yep.
So that's as far as we are. So I haven't gotten to. I know that. I mean, obviously it was in the trailer. I know that's coming, but
right. Hey, Luis and Derek.
So far, not super in love with that season. I think the mech episode was fun.
The mech episode was fun. There's some good stuff in there. I enjoyed.
No spoilers, by the way. These are all like in the descriptions or the thumbnails of the show, basically.
Yeah.
And then the Howard the Duck and Darcy episode was pretty fun.
Yeah, that's just a continuation from their stuff from season 2.
Yeah, which I mean, what has been doing that, but the other episodes I haven't really fallen in love with as much as I really liked like season 2 of that show a lot.
Oh, I do too. I'm kind of sad that they said hopefully they changed their mind and they continue doing What If, but we'll see.
Where's the hammer? Shouldn't Storm have a hammer? That's a good point. Okay, next up we have friend of the channel, Comics Limited.
And he told me I'll verify with him, but I think he said he wanted to be part of the thing. And I actually have a favorite out of his stuff.
Okay. Excuse me.
I just realized today that one of his ones, I was like, well, I really like that one the best. So
okay. You got kind of there's a few of these that are kind of prelim stage, which is obviously this Spawn one is, but it's still I like the layouts he's did there.
Right.
Love this, excuse me. This take on the meme here. The
bat.
Do you remember what got filled in there?
I don't. I remember he had like a vote where you could vote to, and I don't remember what got put in there.
That's a good idea. That's cool.
That's one of my favorites that he did.
Yeah. And like you said, after Dave Stevens. Yeah. Perfect.
It's a good one too.
Cool. Yeah.
Another good one. He's so good with his color.
Yeah. Has he started doing colors on that Heroes for Heroes piece yet?
Yeah. He has some prelim stuff on his Instagram you can take a look at.
Sorry, there's a double there. My bad. This was actually his Heroes for Heroes piece for last year.
Right.
And so I just kind of wanted to call that out. Like he sent it in. I think it was one of the first pieces we showed for him this year. But I just wanted to kind of shout that out because it was special.
Yeah,
Heroes for Heroes piece. And then he did the first appearance of Spider-Boy with it too, which is kind of cool. Got the Nick Cage.
Yeah, he was trying to do there was some challenge that he was trying to do every day it was a drawing, and I think he made it 4 days. He was like, I give up.
Dude, it is tough to do that. Like for me, I'm such a slow artist.
He's pretty speedy. Travis is good.
Well, I mean, even commitment wise though, like you got to be committed to it and quick enough.
And not have anything come up.
This is actually the first piece that he ever showed me. When I met him, he pulled up the prelims he was doing for this pose for Iron Man here. I like he's like kind of got the fighter in the background.
I like how he's coming out of the frame.
Yeah.
That was another one of that challenge.
That's a pretty cool one.
Ghost Rider Etrigan mashup.
I like that.
There was his stuff for that. He did some stuff for a haunted house.
I love and hate this. Like I don't hate the style of it. Like I just don't like the subject matter. I'm not even like a person who hates clowns. It's just like it's too unnerving. I'd never want to really like look at it for a long time, you know.
You wouldn't want to own it, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's well done. It's just the wrong kind of scary.
Right.
Good job though.
Yeah.
No.
That's a prelim of one he's working on in the works. Yeah. That's he colored that one later on.
Yeah. I don't have the colored picture, but this is one that went for Heroes.
Yep.
He'd been working on it at the time, I believe.
Another one of those haunted house pieces.
Yeah, keep coming with these clowns, man.
Coming out with these clowns.
All these clowns. No, he did a good job on those. For a haunted house, those are phenomenal.
That's really my favorite piece right there.
That might be my favorite too. The other Iron Man and this one.
Yeah, colors, we might have to have an Iron Man showdown. Let the chat decide. Both those Iron Mans are really good. But
the Iron Showdown. That's cool. Excuse me. I did not get much sleep last night. Promise it's not the show or anything like that, guys.
I was right there with you, man. I did not get a lot of sleep either.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the composition here of like having them. That's really nice. The funny thing too is Colossus smoking a cigar, which I know happens, but it's just so rarely shown.
Right. He was trying to go with that kind of Schwarzenegger smoking a cigar kind of thing.
Yeah. And that's the last one. So yeah, for me, this Iron Man, and
I think I like the Dave Stevens one more than that one.
Oh, you're talking about the
Dave Stevens one. Yeah. That one. But I think it's the other one. He called the other one the Bob Layton one, and I think it's the Layton one. But what's the chat think?
It's funny, like all of his Iron Men are the best ones, and like just for me personally, and it sounds like for you as well. I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I think this one might be the best one.
I think it's just the circle layout with the colors. I think the background colors did it with that purple and everything, and really.
And it's the composition too. Yeah, it very kind of evokes the Layton kind of style of
You get the cosmic. He's almost kind of drifting rather than like powering.
Nice Colossus collector. That makes sense.
Yeah. Ryan is a big cigar fan.
Likes the art designs, how much detail they put into it. Yeah, he did a good job. So I mean, if we're both in agreement on this one, chat, if you have any input on
Richard likes the Spider-Man.
Collector pieces, the Stevens one.
So
for me, I think I like what he did here with like the storytelling and breaking the frame and kind of coming out at you. For this one, it's funny. The Iron Man are 1, 2, and 3 for me. Right. This is probably my. It's probably tied for second with me for the fighter jet one.
With the fighter jet, yeah.
I think the Layton one is probably the best one. Are you in agreement?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Layton one.
Okay,
they're all great. I'm not gonna say they're
good.
Bad ones at all. They're all great.
I mean, it's good to have hard choices, right? So
right, yeah.
And we do hear you, chat, for sure. We do hear you. Yeah, I think it's the colors that pop. Yep.
I think that the choice of that purple and that blue just really made him pop, and it made like the posing. He just looks kind of like he's drifting in space rather than he's like powering towards you.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
I do want to take a second. So, we've kind of been going through these artists here, which is great, and I have a few more to go through, of course. Before I get to that point, though, I do want to kind of take a minute to talk about something happening over on the EXP tomorrow. We're going to talk about a couple more shows later on in the show, but first I wanted to take a second to mention a special show at 3 p.m. Eastern. So that's going to be 12 Pacific. The EXP is going to have a special presentation of comic industry insiders with Adam Freeman. They'll be breaking down 2024, forecasting 2025 from a behind the curtains of the comic industry perspective. And there will be comic notables and dignitaries that will be getting inside baseball of comic books with tomorrow. So that sounds like a really fun show.
Yeah.
Tomorrow afternoon, if you're looking for some entertaining comic book content, highly recommend checking that out. If you haven't kind of paid attention, we are streaming on multiple channels right now. We're streaming on Bronze Age Nerds YouTube channel, Big B McFly, the Comic Book Guys channel, and over on the EXP on their YouTube, on their Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. The links for those are in the description below. If you want to go hit subscribe on those channels, we'd appreciate it. You can hit subscribe, ring the bell, and then you won't miss that Comic Industry Insider tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. So definitely go check that out.
For sure.
And thanks to our friends over at the EXP for everything they do for us. We do appreciate it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about our next artist who did some just really cool style, consistently good style, like character sketches, I guess you could say. Eddie Rodriguez. So
yeah.
I'm going to go through.
There's a decent style.
Yes. I think, how did you describe it one time? Did you say kind of like graffiti-esque almost?
Yeah. It's like a anime meets graffiti. It's really good.
Coming in from Kyle behind the stage, Adam Freeman is a driving force in the comic marketing, has been breaking down comic book data in a way no one ever has for a long time. His company, I am probably going to mispronounce that. Is it Prana? Prana Direct Market Solutions has worked with some of the biggest names you've ever heard of. Cool. And Kyle, if you guys don't, you weren't around back in those days, Kyle is my old co-host. He's also the executive producer over at the EXP. But when he was on the show with Devil's Advocates with me, one of the things we talked about a lot was data. And if you want to get into kind of some of the industry stuff, the behind the scenes, the inside baseball, like he was talking about, and the data side of things, I think that's kind of some of the perspective they'll be talking about tomorrow. And some of that stuff is very interesting. So highly recommend.
I told you guys I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do it because I can't be trusted.
What? Who is that?
Right. Just for those of you listening, Prana Direct Market Solutions is the reason that Zdarsky Comic News exists.
Okay.
So if you've been in your LCS and you've seen the Chip Zdarsky magazine that he's doing about Chip Zdarsky, that's all Chip and Prana working together to do that. So
nice.
A little inside baseball to go with my inside baseball to go with my numbers and the inside baseball.
Little prognostication there.
Yeah. I want to make like a fastball on the inside reference now, but I'm not enough of a baseball guy to really make that work.
Low and inside strike.
Yeah, there you go. Right in the sweet spot.
Just the catch in the corner of the plate.
No, that sounds like fun. I think if I'm around, well, I know I won't be around tomorrow, so I shouldn't even say that. I'm going to be at a birthday party thing for a friend's kid, but I'll watch on the rewind. You guys, if you're going to be around, should watch live though. So this is obviously Savage Land Rogue. I've had this up for a little bit. I'm going to go. He's got quite a few here, not a million, but a few here. So I'm going to go through them a little bit quicker. Spidey, obviously.
Great Spidey.
I love this one though. Speaking of with the paint can and the drip coming out, the hoodie, it's just perfect.
I mean, that's got to be Miles, right?
Oh yeah. Well,
he's got the graffiti. You got to be Miles, right?
You'd think so. You'd think so.
I love that one. That one was for Heroes for Heroes.
Yeah.
Put it in his own. He made his own slab too. That was pretty cool.
Right, which is really cool. That's neat.
I love that one too. So many good ones.
The eyes on this one kill me.
Right.
Oh, which one's the Kenny Powers reference? Oh, was my baseball talk?
The baseball talk, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you meant one of these. I'm like, I don't remember. I don't remember that show very well. I think that's dope.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Ooh, this might be a hard one to pick.
This is gonna be a really hard one to pick. That's a great Stormtrooper.
He's like, his style is very consistent, right? So like I tend to like all of his pretty like a lot.
Yeah. I love that one too.
That one's good. I think I like that first death a little bit more just because the eyes are a little bit more like coquettish or something to me. Although I do like the tag in the back there.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Another great Wonder Woman.
Very cool. Preston's. This is maybe Preston's winner right here.
There you go, Preston.
That's cool.
That's amazing. I love that one too.
Okay, so that's the last one I have pulled.
I have one in mind. I don't know if it's going to match yours. I'll let you say it.
Oh boy, let me go through these again.
Oh, that one's so good. But yeah, I have one in mind.
Okay, how about on 3? We'll each say what it is. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen. Okay.
What'd you say?
The Miles. Who I think it's probably Miles too, but I'm just saying, like, I can't say for sure. But to me, there's just something about, because of his style, it's sort of almost like meta in a way. Probably my favorite, but it's really hard for me to pick.
I would say but mine are between Rogue and Spider-Gwen. But
this is my, like, keeps me paused. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, Death, Rogue. There we go.
Yeah,
yeah, the Rogue one's really good. I like how, like, he
great too.
Build that one out a little bit more. Yeah, that's funny.
We're getting more votes for Death. We got 2 Death with the umbrella.
Oh man, he did a good job on that one.
Yeah, that one's really
Preston
good
must
too.
have went to bed, otherwise he'd be in here making the case for Power Girl, I think.
Right. That one is really good.
That one's pretty cool.
The reason I voted for the Spider-Gwen is I think it looks more contemporary combined with his other stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it might compete better with other stuff, and it's got the action pose. The Miles is a little static for me. So
I think I have to go. I'm gonna have to change my answer to, I think this is probably my favorite.
All right. Well, Death with the umbrella then is the overwhelming winner then. So we got
well, I mean, okay. Death. Just because
I don't have a problem with that. I think it's a great picture.
Fun fact.
Power Girl has eyes. Preston says he'd actually go.
Okay.
Spider-Gwen.
So there's some votes here for Spider-Gwen. I think I went there he is. Oh, they're right next to each other. How convenient.
Yeah.
Let me uncover the art there. So I'm gonna kind of zoom in. There's Death, and let everybody kind of have another kind of look at it. And there's Spider-Gwen. I like both. The fun part about this is no matter which one wins, they're both great.
Good to have. I mean, to debate the greatness of both pieces, right? I mean, they're both awesome. So
I think what throws me off on this one is it's actually, I like it. He kind of has like a Kirby Crackle thing going on here.
Yeah,
I think it's also what kind of throws me off in a weird way.
I think it's kind of to emphasize make her pop from the background a little bit more. But
yeah, no, I mean, it looks good. And this is like, by the way, if Eddie ends up watching, this isn't to critique your art. It's like trying to pick between 2 great things. You got to figure out some kind of way to go with one or the other, right?
Yeah.
And I think maybe the proportions stick out to me a little bit, but I do like the colors. I like the dynamicism, if you know.
Yeah, I like the action.
Word.
I like the action. The motion that you're seeing, and the cowl, the hoodie going to the side and everything.
Yes, that part's really cool.
I think I like that one because it emphasizes his exaggeration of proportion, but it also looks pretty contemporary as well. So.
Well, you know what? There's been a little bit of love for both of them. I'm totally fine with going for this one.
I'm fine with going with the Death one too. I mean, it doesn't have to be my way or
we're too kind. We're too kind. Hey, what's up? How's it going, Lords of Brooklyn?
I think actually, if we look at the votes from the group, the Death one won, so that's fine. You got Collector P said Death, and you had Kyle said Death, and you liked Death, and then I liked the Gwen, and then Preston said Gwen, so nobody else said anything about Gwen. So
I just I think that I can be like the other thing too is I kind of put myself in the place of like which one has a better shot of moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And will the black and white stand out against, because I'm going to do kind of a random generator for the pairings, but
right,
if it goes up against a colorful piece, will it stand out? I mean, I guess you could say that for anything, but
right.
I can go either way here. So I I do. Yeah, I guess we could go down to the votes in the chat. I mean, I'm totally. If you,
I think
if you
the
wanna
chat
make a
already
push-
with the chat and your vote, the Death wins already, so it's okay. Yeah,
All
so
right.
we'll go with Death.
I felt good. Like I said, I felt good about whichever one won there.
Yeah,
so.
no, I didn't have a problem with either one.
Sounds like
Richard
he's
chimed in
really
with
worked
that
up about it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm so angry.
Elliot Wright. I have a couple pieces from him to show off because he submitted a couple pieces.
And I don't think Elliot wanted to be part of the competition. He's the one that had that very intricate design style.
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah. No, Elliot just wanted to show us and inspire people.
And he inspired me. He did an awesome job. This out of the two, this is my favorite. I mean, the Wolverine's great, but this is just like next level.
I'll have to double check with him that he didn't want to be in. I need to make a note of who I need to double check with.
Well, are you in agreement with blah, 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 blah. Are you in agreement with me that the Nightcrawler wins, or did you?
Yeah, I can go with that.
Okay. Well, I'll pull it just in case, but I have a feeling you were right, but I'll pull it just in case.
All right, I'm making a note. So I need to check with Elliot and
Ben
Taz. Okay.
The only two I can remember that we had to check with so far.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that's the only two that needed to be checked with.
I think there was one other, but I don't remember.
Well, there was a couple people that definitely weren't part of it. Like,
right. I was going to check with Trav, and I don't think there we go. I don't think Madam wanted to be.
Okay. Well, it was a Heroes for Heroes submission, so I'm not going to throw in any of her sculptures or anything like that because she did all that, previously or her cosplay or anything like that. But this I'm just kind of highlighting it because it was a Heroes for Heroes submission, so we definitely want to show off those that we have. Okay. So then she didn't want to be included.
The Nightcrawler guy is incredible. He is incredible. That guy's a tattoo artist, and he actually has his own comic that he's promoting.
Nice. Got a couple of the pieces that Norrin Rad did for Heroes for Heroes as well.
Okay.
This was finished later on, I believe.
Yeah, he did a finished color, as we probably didn't get a shot of that one yet in there, but it's really great. And there, he finished that one as well. That was beautiful.
But, honestly, even like the like in progresses for these are both dope.
Yeah, you can.
I know he loves Spawn quite a bit, and I think the poser is a little bit more dynamic. But I like everything he did on this this man thing so far.
Yeah, I think at the two. No, remembering the finished pieces, I like the Spawn finished piece a little better. But
okay. Well,
but I don't know if Norrin won it. I got to check with Norrin also.
Okay, well, he's another one that we'll move him on just based on the quality of what we liked, and then we'll double check with him.
Okay.
Okay, we got 4 more guys, 4 more, including one who had the most pieces.
I know who that is.
Yeah. This one you'll have to tell me. We're showing it off anyway because it was one of the ones we recapping. This is Philtastic. I don't know if he wanted to be included or not, but
I will check with him also.
This is the only piece he did, so automatically it moves forward.
Okay.
Assuming he wanted.
I think it's the only one we had submitted. He did some other ones that we did them. They were all for Heroes.
Yes. They're the ones I had that we showed off that week for the show. So that's right. Kind of what I have here. Okay. I'm actually going to save that person for the end. Here's the guy. Oh, hey, Colossus Collector, you're going to love this. I don't know who did one of these pieces. Hopefully you can help me. 2 of them, I only know the person's first name.
Okay. I might have to do some research.
So this is Ryan something?
This is Ryan the Colossus Collector.
Oh, he did this?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, Ryan, you're going to love these. I didn't know that. I probably knew that at one point. It was this was like from our first show.
Right.
So dope Human Torch. And then Hulk, obviously. Yep. Not like a 90s Hulk. Oh, you did that in 2001? Wow.
Coming back to haunt you.
So this is the next one is the one that I said you were gonna love, and it makes sense that of course. Yep. Because you probably did it. I'm assuming because this one's not signed.
He did that. Yep. That one is Brian also. Yep.
That's funny. I did a Colossus sketch. This reminds me. This is better. Ryan's is better, but I did a Colossus sketch for Roscoe. That's not too dissimilar from this.
We should let Ryan pick which one he wants moving to go forward.
Well, that's not how we do
Which
it.
one of your pieces do you think has the best shot, right?
if we had every artist on here, we could do it that way. I mean, he gets a vote, sure,
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm actually curious, man. I think this Human Torch is pretty badass.
I like the Human Torch too. I do.
The way he did like the cross hatching and the coloring and everything.
Yeah.
Now the Hulk's cool. It's really good.
Yeah, I like the coloring on the veins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess like, he did like the framing and the accent color back there, which definitely helps, but there's just something that keeps coming back to me for that one. Honestly, I really like the way he did. I mean, it makes sense.
I really like that one too. That one really pops.
I know it's just kind of like almost like a Remark style sketch or something like that, but I still really like it.
I think I'd go with the Colossus actually.
Out of the three?
Yeah, I think I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll let you pick. They're all really good. Or we can say, we got. You know what? Look at the chat. Look at
two Hulk votes in chat. Okay.
Yeah, I like the Hulk one too. So I guess we probably go Hulk then. I think I don't have a clear cut favorite out of all three, and if everybody else is saying Hulk, then
okay. I think that that the kind of overriding opinion from chat should carry this one. I think they're all good though. That's Ryan. You got some talent, man. I'd love to see some more of your art.
Yep,
and I'm sure you posted. I just haven't seen
it. Surprise! Your art was you gave it to me. But like, what was it? Like our third or fourth?
It was like our first or second show.
Yeah.
It was our second. It was from June 10th.
Okay.
Which is not. It's not the first. It's not our second show, but it's the second time we showed community art.
Hey, shout out to Chris. 28 episodes. 28 episodes now.
Yeah. Not bad. Well, you definitely should. You definitely should, man. We like you a lot.
For sure. Ryan's incredibly talented in all kinds of art fields and digital media and stuff too. So yeah.
No, that's cool. I mean, I can definitely see that. I can never remember Scott's last name, but the Scott who was a contributor for Heroes for Heroes. He did Swamp Things. Norwood?
Scott PDX. No. I don't. This is his name in Instagram. I can't remember his last name either. That's going to bother me.
And I don't. Here's the thing. I don't know if he wanted to be included. These were just submissions for Heroes, so they kind of automatically get in for me.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to be included. I think is probably Scott Hasselwood.
Thank you. I knew it was something wood. I never forget a wood. He did four Swamp Things that were kind of in the style of other artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of, after their takes on Swamp Thing, essentially. So here's the two that I have. Obviously you can see right there, he spelled it out for you after Sienkiewicz. And then there were two more, which actually I think the other two are the ones that I won, which he's currently still mailing to me. But these are the two we showed up. Yeah. I think out of the two, though, if he does want to move in, to me, this is.
Yeah, I'll double check really well done. Yeah, that one's my favorite. Yeah.
Not to take away from the Sienkiewicz one, but it's just so much more going on.
Out of the four that he did for Heroes.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so now we have the hardest decision to make. With a whopping, let me count how many there are. 33 submissions. I don't think there's any doubles. So I'm going to go through them fairly quickly, and I'm going to feel so terrible if I accidentally shifted one in here that didn't belong or something like that. But bear with me. Like I said, it was a fat finger mistake if I made it. So we got Roscoe, Geek Out with Roscoe, fantastic community member. So I'm going to go through these relatively quickly because there's 33 of them, and it's kind of everybody. I'll go through a couple times.
5 seconds. Pow, pow, pow.
And I don't think there's a single piece in here that I don't like from Roscoe. I love all of his stuff that all of his stuff I've ever seen. I loved.
I love that beef squatch.
Oh, dude. His Venomized ones are just so good. Like he does such great characters.
That one is good too. The Calvin and Hobbes one is so good.
A little shout out to E-Man on the back here. I don't know if that was for E-Man, but that's cool.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even a SpongeBob fan, and I love it. Yes.
Dupe.
Yes.
I love it.
Dupe in the pickle jar.
I am the terror.
Oh, sorry, I did not mean to scroll that fast on that one. Do a power bomb to cancer. That was part of his submission to C3.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to the comics curing cancer folks. Very cool.
So good. He's so hard to pick out of these.
Man, they're so good.
I've got one picked out so far. That's a dupe. That was a dupe there. I love that one too.
Oh, it's so good.
Cat dog.
Hey, I can't believe we had 2 Inspector Gadget pieces from different artists.
A really good Inspector Gadget.
It's a really good one.
Mr. Magoo. He's blind, right?
Mr. Magoo is Daredevil. It's so good. How has nobody else thought of that?
I'm spooky.
It's so good. Yeah, absolutely, Kyle. We can send you Roscoe's info. In fact, Richard just highlighted his IG profile in chat there. He's phenomenal. This one, as a Broncos fan, it's really hard for me to say I like this one, but he did a very good job on it. Actually, I mean, you could kind of almost say as a Broncos fan, I like it even more because Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
but for those that don't know, Patrick Mahomes gets accused of looking like Kermit the Frog every once in a while and sounding like him. No,
I love that one too.
That's a good one. They're all good. They're all so good. That's great. There's a double. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So there were a couple that got duplicated. Oh, that was for comics curing cancer as well. Jay, we have a rare Jay appearance in the house.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, what's up, man?
Red
Careful,
Velma.
you hang out here too long. Kyle's gonna put you to work. Red Velma, love it.
Yeah.
A little. Here's a little comic journey.
CJ.
Yeah, a little comic journey in there.
I love that one too. Hank Hill, Hulk Hogan.
God damn it, Bobby.
I love that one too.
So good. Yes.
Oh my God, so many good ones.
I think there's a couple more.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that one's so good too.
Dude, he made Condiment King cool.
Right?
That's a good
that
one.
One's so good too.
That's the last one. Okay, so I'm gonna remove it for a second because there's so many there.
I think I have 2. I have 2 that are my
favorite. Okay. Do you remember? Can you just tell me what they are?
Yeah, the Johnny Bravo Terminator and the Venomized Patrick.
Okay, so I like the Venomized Donald Duck.
That one's good too.
I think just from a style, like from a technical aspect, I think he did a really good job on that one. Okay, so I'm going through.
Boston says he likes Dupe.
The Dupe one's really good. That was another one of my favorites.
Really good. Oh, and the Hank Hill as Hulk Hogan was really good too.
That one's funny as hell. I feel like it's not Bart's not popping enough for this one to win for me, but just from a nailing, like that's a good Bart Simpson, like really good Bart Simpson, and then that is a very good Homer as Galactus. So
yeah.
And again, I love all these.
Kyle says Venom Donald and Tina Mermaid.
Tina Mermaid's pretty good.
Tina Mermaid is really good. Oh, and Mr. Magoo is so
good.
Oh,
I'm sorry. The audience
Nobody else can see these except for us.
My bad. I removed it.
All good.
So the Magoo Daredevil is really clever.
It's very clever. He's very good at like making those connections. The cat dog, that's ridiculous.
This is kind of like, is this a little bit like a Hades kind of a thing going on here from Hercules a little bit?
Oh, it just kind of looks like the guy from Hercules, yeah.
I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it kind of, that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Darkwing Duck.
So many good pictures.
Okay, Dupe is on my short list too. I gotta.
Dupe is pretty good.
Oh,
I think I'm gonna switch my Venomized. Oh God, the Calvin and Hobbes one too.
Yeah, it's not the thing that doesn't do this justice is it's probably the photo isn't as clear.
It's just
it's dark,
the whole holdout.
Yeah, and it's a little blurry and it's a little dark, but I think like just dude, like just the idea of doing Batman and Robin, Calvin and Hobbes is so smart.
Yeah, I'll switch my Venomized one over to Donald because I think that one is probably
it's good.
It is good. I love the Beef Squatch too. I was on that one when he did that one.
Oh, nice. I mean, don't get me wrong. His Earthworm Jim is fantastic. I just don't have a big affinity for Earthworm Jim. Is the only problem holding this one back. But
it's a double page spread too.
Yeah,
you're not getting the whole effect on that one. But
okay. And that's really good.
That one's really good.
This is funny as hell.
I'll switch over to Venomized Donald.
Okay, Venomized Donald, Calvin and Hobbes, Dupe are probably my three favorites.
Hey, Marcus, Red Chair. Happy New Year, everybody.
But this is really good too.
That one is really good too. His Tina stuff is great.
He did such a good job. Okay. And then you also like I didn't give enough love to this one because it is very clever.
Yeah, I like that one. No, I'll go with the Donald one. I think you're right.
I just feel like
Dupe is also on the short list, so that's really nice.
It's so freaking funny.
Very clever.
Oh, Preston, are you taking off? Oh, that's not Preston. I'm used to the green P, but it's actually an R. Red Chair Woodward.
That's my friend Marcus. We share
nice.
the same birthday.
That's awesome. Homer and Bart, SS and Galactus, Dupe. You've probably been saying all these. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Jay popping in.
Oh my gosh, we got all kinds of. I love the Dupe. Okay, but you also were the Dupe pick from before too. So,
and I could go with Dupe. I could be down with Dupe.
But see, so to give, I mean, Roscoe deserves every chance to win too. Make sure people hear me correctly. He deserves every chance to win. I'm not saying he should win. I'm just saying like he might very well win. But so which piece has the most likelihood of helping him do that? Because this one's great, but I don't know if it stands out as much as this one does.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Donald Duck is probably going to give him a better chance.
Now, out of the two, if I was going to like hit Roscoe up to buy one, it would probably be the Dupe.
Right.
But I'm wondering if like just from an eye appeal perspective,
Richard agrees with you that Venom has the best chance.
Yeah. And then, I mean, that, don't get me wrong, I love that too. And like I said, I'm not even a SpongeBob guy, and I still love that. And I
love that Calvin and Hobbes. It's so
from
good.
Like just this one makes me just smile inside.
Right. I mean, that one probably has a good chance just because it's Calvin and Hobbes. But
yeah, that's a good point. I think we've all kind of said Donald a lot, though.
Let's go with Donald. Yeah, Donald is the one.
Whew.
That was tough, though.
Man, that's going to be hard.
Too good. Too much good stuff.
Hard for everybody to pick. Okay, so I'll show the finalists real fast that we've come up with. And again, some of these we're going to follow up with the artist because a couple of these may not want to be included in our competition, which for those that are, kind of just to recap, our competition is going to be a prize package comprised of, or separate prize packages sent from, I don't know how we're going to do it yet, from myself, from Big B, and from Comics Limited. prizes to be determined, but let's just say between the three of us, I think we're going to come up with some pretty cool stuff for you.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Cool. So I'm going to show the artwork real fast, and then we're going to take another word to talk about some of the EXP stuff we have coming up, and then we're going to get to our top 10s for the year so far. So that's kind of what we have coming up here. But here's what we came up with for our winners. That we've decided to move forward to the voting phase. Not every piece in here will probably be featured though, so it's actually going to be even smaller than this, a smaller pool to vote from. We got Ryan Colossus Collector's Hulk.
Bye, Kyle.
Have a good night, Kyle. Hope you get some rest, man. We've got Actual Dracula's Ghost Rider, Burned Edges and all. Which if this goes forward, I want to see if I can get a different photo from him. I don't know, like to maybe like kind of help show the edges. I don't know, maybe it does a good enough job. We've got Ben Taz's Planet Comics #1 homage for Mission 22 and for Heroes. We've got CJ Design 66's Storm. We've got Eddie Rodriguez's Death. And we've got Elliot Wright's Nightcrawler. And we'll probably get the finished piece for this, but Norin Rad's Spawn, assuming he wants to be part of the competition. And then we have Phil Tastic's Daredevil. Man, if Roscoe's Daredevil, if we could have had go Daredevil versus Daredevil, that would have been great. And then speaking of Roscoe, we've got his Venomized Donald Duck, which is great. And then Scott Hasselwood's Swamp Thing. And of course, Comics Limited's Iron Man. Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people in the community work in black and white. I might fudge it so black and white goes up against black and white as much as possible. That might be like the one override thing I do just to make it so it's not like a really vibrant, colorful piece up against like kind of a hard to make out black and white kind of thing, But so that's 11.
The hard thing, like Actual Dracula had some really vibrant color ones, but I think his Ghost Rider one it's
just on another level.
Yeah.
So there's 11 pieces that are probably going to go forward. I think at the end of the day, we're probably going to get about 8 of those going forward, most likely.
Right.
All this to say, we'll have the voting up on probably right after the first of the year, and we'll start voting on those submissions once we hear back from those artists. The holiday might make that a little bit more difficult. However, if you want to be part of this competition for 2025, all you have to do is send Bigby or myself your artwork. That's all there is to it. If you're watching the show or if you're hearing me say these words, you qualify. You can send the artwork and say, I don't want to be included in the contest. You can send the artwork and say, I want to be included in the contest, or here's my artwork, and we'll show it on the show. And it'll help inspire other people to send their artwork in, and we can kind of keep this ball rolling into 2025. As you can see, there was some amazing artwork. Thanks to all of our artists for submitting that artwork. It was really, really, really helpful and really fun to see. And hopefully it inspired a lot of you to draw.
And that's the whole goal, is to inspire people to create and have confidence and just put pen to paper. Right.
Exactly. So I do want to take a second to talk about some other shows we have coming up on the EXP before we move into our top 10s from 2024. Tomorrow at 11 p.m., which is 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, wait, Eastern? 11 p.m. No, I think that's probably a typo. 11 p.m. Oh, 11 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern, kicking it with Afua Richardson. You know what, Kyle, or not Kyle, Jay, I'm gonna let you take a look at Kyle's little note here and tell me if I have this wrong, because I feel like I'm reading that wrong. Because I feel like that's supposed to say
he was really tired.
He was really tired. So best of the EXP. Yeah, so I actually just went to go read the ad copy for that, and I feel like that's probably a mistake. So I'll let
you should let Jay pop in and read it for you.
Yeah. No. I won't make him do that. If he can kind of correct it for me.
I was gonna hop in. It's no big deal. Cool. It looks like the Afua Richardson kicking it with Henri is basically what it is.
Okay.
Henri had a separate show a while back called Kicking It as well, where he did interviews. So there's going to be a Nafua Richardson interview that's supposed to be 11 a.m. Eastern. And then the second showing will be at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, so 11
a.m. You can watch it at 7 p.m. Eastern. Got it.
Yeah, and it looks like we're still going to have Minute to Skim It at yeah, I need to check on this too, because it looks like on the schedule we have two things scheduled at 7 p.m. Eastern. So maybe Kyle was a little more tired than we all thought.
Okay.
He said he had scribbled
time
down
alone
through his apartment.
Yeah, so we'll get clarification on that. But hey, you know what? The short answer is, Richard, you're hilarious. I'll get to Richard's joke here in a second. But the short answer is, you know what? If you just go and subscribe and ring the bell over on the EXP, you'll be notified on all the shows as they're going live, including the shows we talked about for tomorrow as well. So that's kind of the takeaway. In fact, what I'll even take an extra second to say Comic Industry Insiders with Adam Freeman. That is taking place at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on the EXP. I would definitely go watch that, and then just make sure you're hanging out at 11 a.m. for that Afua Richardson show. And we'll see what happens there with the 7 o'clock time slot. So,
and you can always catch those on the rewind too, right? So I mean,
yes, exactly. But hey, watching live is great for everybody over there too. So I'll show you why I'm laughing here in a second. I got to kind of load it up on the computer, not just on my phone, because that doesn't really do anything.
I'm stunned at your talent level.
I'm not, because I feel like he studied under the school of Roy Thomas, so he's covered. Right. Comic book legend Roy Thomas. So here's Richard's artwork that he wanted to submit to us. You're so funny. You're so funny.
I was expecting a photo of Sydney Sweeney, so you know.
I mean, what's better, a photo? Did Roy Thomas create Sydney Sweeney? Is that kind of the end game of this?
Yeah, he could claim that. He may be the right age.
That's uncanny. Oh my gosh. Richard.
Hilarious.
Yeah, prankster. No, I love it. So before we get to our top 10 pickups, should I do the top 5 booty covers of the year?
Yeah, let's do some booty. We're talking about Sydney Sweeney. Let's talk about some booty covers.
Let's wake everybody up a little bit, huh?
Get that blood flowing.
So before we put them to sleep with our top 10 pickups of the year. Just kidding. Here, let me pull up my little folder here. So I kind of took some time to figure this out. Guys, every time I try to make a video about this, YouTube flags it. Don't worry, anybody watching from the EXP, nothing should get flagged here. They don't like the thumbnails and the title, I guess, is really what it comes down to.
They flagged my Power Girl drawing.
Well, they should have.
And my X-23 drawing.
Well, she's not wearing any pants, right? Also an inside joke, because everyone kept saying that. It's like, she's wearing spandex. Okay, so number 5. This is Greg Hildebrand. This is kind of cheating in a way. Greg Hildebrand definitely deserved his props, though. Rest in peace. This was from the Marvel Masterpiece series in the 90s, the card series. But they did a series of covers in 2024 of some of the Marvel Masterpiece cards, which, they've done different ones over the last couple of years. This Black Cat, though, I think deserved a spot on here. He actually did a Kickstarter cover as well. I can't show it. It would, let's just call it an honorable mention. But if you are in my Discord, you've seen it, and I'll post it again if you join there and want to see it again. Very cool. Moving on to number 4. By the way, just for those of you out there, just imagine Sydney Sweeney, right? Yes, a man of culture. So this is another really good one. I cannot remember the artist's name off the top of my head, so let me get my notes up. I just pulled images for these because it was easier, and I had to censor one of them anyway. This is horror from Zenoscope, obviously. Horror and Fantasy Illustrated 2, Abundanza is the name of the artist. Abundanza.
Wow.
That's their cover. I thought it was really cool. Had kind of a, elven, ethereal quality to it that I really liked.
Yeah,
Thought it was really
nice.
neat. And so by the way, every comic that made it, I personally purchased and own, and it came out in 2024. That's kind of the criteria.
Kind of got an elven choke me daddy thing going on there.
Yeah, a little bit. Number 3, J. Scott Campbell's Psylocke cover for X-Men #1. This is a slight cheating. I have the trade dress version. I didn't spring for the 1/100. But you can see the artwork better without the trade dress. So
yeah, that was nice. Very
nice. J. Scott Campbell, he did a little bit more than just his. I mean, he gets criticized still for drawing like kind of the same figure over and over again, but at least it's a different pose we normally see. There's a little bit more going on. It's it's a good booty cover. It's got everything going on there.
It's got some weird feet. That's all my one.
My friend DC Irish would say that this pose is probably not as guilty of this, but he says usually look at the back of J. Scott Campbell's women's knees when he shows them from the front, and he said there's usually something kind of weird going on there. I kind of tend to agree with him. So he's usually got, I don't think that's terrible, but I know what you're saying. She's got kind of a ballerina shoe thing going on there.
Right.
So this is the censored version. This is why I pulled this. So this is an homage to Cry for Dawn 2 second printing. Great cover. Oh my God, why did I just
Joseph Michael Linsner?
Thank you. I wanted to say Don McTeague for some reason. I was like, that's not. Yeah, Joseph Michael Linsner, from fantastic Dawn stuff back in the day. This was a very hard to find comic originally. This is Crave #4, I believe. And these are shout out to Laura from Bird City Comics. She's been doing these awesome Crave homages. She did a Torchy Bill Ward homage that was really great in this series. They're retailer exclusives from Bird City Comics. Just fantastic artwork. And the artist on this one too, I got to give her a shout out, is Anna Marcano. And then the #1 booty cover of the year for me, again, comics I purchased that came out in 2024, is Stanley Art Germ Lau. This is, and I have the Virgin. It's a Virgin Fan Expo exclusive, I believe Toronto, although I think it might have appeared at a couple fan expos. And I do have the Virgin for this one, so which is not cheap. But it's a great cover. And there's a couple different costume treatments to this one, but I like the classic. The classic one. So
reminds me of that picture with her in Apocalypse.
That's exactly what it evokes to me. And I think that was probably on the mind, especially with the background kind of has like some of that same stuff going on. And
right.
Yeah, she's pretty hard to beat. Yes, exactly. For all the people that wonder
of distinction.
For all the people that wonder what the hell they're watching. I haven't done it as much publicly recently, but I do a booty cover of the year, of the week, most of the time. There you go. That's my.
Speaking of the Rogue, right there. There's.
Yep. So, anywho, there you go. I know some people wanted to see that. Hopefully, Preston was able to watch on the rewind because I think he went off to bed. But he's a huge fan of this, as are quite a few of my older viewers that have been with me for a while.
If he still has his voice from screaming about that Power Girl cover that we didn't
exactly. All right, so there you go. Did you have any honorable booty covers you wanted to call out? Or anything like that?
I didn't grab any booty covers.
Oh, that's fine.
I should have, but next time.
Figured I should ask before I just automatically assume. So do you want to go honorable mentions? We'll kind of show ours and then we'll go back and forth for 10 through 1, kind of, right?
Sure.
Okay. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go pair them up with so honorable mention for me was when we got to meet Frank Cho up at SummerCon, and Frank signed this, and then he was charging for remarks, and Bronze and I are just watching him. Bronze is kind of eyes got kind of big, and he starts pointing down. He's like, hey. he's doing a remark for you. So that's Truman from Liberty Meadows. And then Travis sent me this. I don't know if you guys know, but Liberty Meadows was a comic strip before it was that's where Frank Cho got his start. And so he sent me a book of all of the Sunday comic strips of Liberty Meadows.
So cool.
Really cool for Christmas.
Who sent you that?
On Christmas Eve.
Who sent you that?
Travis, Comics Limited.
Travis, okay, nice.
This episode is well stocked with cheesecake. That's right.
Damn straight.
All right. So, are you ready for an homage or am I going more?
Oh, was that all your honorable mentions?
I have more honorable mentions.
Go through all your honorable mentions, and I'll go through mine.
Okay, so these two are from honorable mention. These came from Son of Crom.
Oh my god, dude!
So first red costume, and
the fact that your SS4 there is an honorable mention blows me away, because that would be in my top 10 every single time.
This I picked up from Travis, the aforementioned Travis Comics Limited. First appearance of Black Widow. Trying to go quick here because. So this was from West Coast Avengers show from one of his friends that was on there.
Wow.
And this was also from Son of Chrome. So honorable mention there.
Iron Man 1. Honorable mention. Oh my god. I love it.
This was from Terrificon, first ongoing issue of Doctor Strange. And so that's an honorable mention. And then I have a thing for indie stuff. So Terrificon also 9.6 first appearance of here.
You helped me score a raw copy of that by pointing it out to me, and I will never forget that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And then this one I thought was great. An 8.0 first Elf Quest in Fantasy Quarterly. Very instrumental book in the history of comics. So Elf Quest there. And the last honorable mention is this from Mr. Akins on What's on the Comic Rack, who was in here earlier. A 9.8 copy of X-Men 121.
That is awesome. That's a 9.8?
It's a 9.8.
Nice, dude. That's good. I love that. Yeah, I've got, luckily I have that one, but it's I don't think it's probably like a 9.4 or something like that. I think it's raw.
Cool.
Nice, dude. That was all your honorable mentions?
Those were all my honorable mentions. Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to go quick.
No, dude, you brought the heat for honorable mentions, man. So I pulled a couple honorable mentions because of what you said, basically. And one of them, I'll just go Frank Cho. I had him sign that. Yep, booty cover, one of my favorites. Unfortunately, he did not do a remark on that, which I would have loved. But that's so cool.
That was like that's a great memory for me from last year.
Yes.
Great.
Along the same lines, got to interview and be on stage with Jim Starlin. So having him sign, even though I didn't pick this comic book up, I'm still kind of showing this off. This is Jim Starlin signed Infinity Gauntlet #1, which just kind of has a special place in my heart now.
Sure.
So I bought this from Chris Warner. This is Predator #1. Bought it from him, signed by him. He signed it right at the top there. Try to show that off.
Right under the trade dress.
Yeah, but buying it from the the creator of this particular comic is very cool. First Predator in comics. It's kind of weird for me because I don't really consider this a comic pickup as much as an art pickup. But after Heroes for Heroes, and actually I still have Chris's sitting right here. We did the Chip Zdarsky Spider-Man piece.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hand deliver that to Chris here at some point in the near future. Maybe need my own Chip Zdarsky Spider-Man, so I went out and acquired a Chip Zdarsky sketch cover.
That's so cool.
Shout out to Comic Sam for making that happen.
Hey, Andy.
Hey, what's up, Eddie? This I actually did pick this up this year. This is a totally beat up copy of Battlestar Galactica #11. It's beat to crap. I really wish I'd had time to go find a better copy, but I was going to meet Katie Sackhoff. So having her sign and personalize this
so
copy,
cool.
So say we all, meant a lot to me. Very, very cool. And then one more from Washington State SummerCon. Also got to be on stage with and meet Mark Bagley. So having him sign the issue that broke him, his words, first appearance of Spider-Boy on his cover, signed by him, is amazing. And pulled this one mostly because of the news, but also because it was really fun to meet Simon Bisley. Simon Bisley
That's some
signed.
huge news. We'll get to that, right?
Yeah. Little Lobo. Speaking of West Coast Avengers, you had a pickup from Mr. Miracle, #1. Got a nice high quality copy of that from West Coast Avengers. Shout out to Dave. And then last but not least, this was gifted to me by one of the Heroes for Heroes buyers who won it. Gifted me this wonderful Frank Frazetta Eerie magazine #3, which was donated by another excellent community member too. So just nothing but love there for the community. And
Absolutely.
So those are my honorable mentions. Okay, so I guess I'll go second. I'll let you go first here for your first number 10. Sure, why not?
Okay. Also from Terrificon, pick this up there. First appearance of the Falcon.
Very cool. Great pickup.
Yeah, happy to get that one there. So, yeah, nice copy of that.
I have to. 2 of these are from Kyle, and he hasn't sent them to me yet because of holiday stuff, which is totally fine. So I'm just going to show the first one. I don't even have a picture of the actual comic book because I didn't grab a screen cap or anything like that. But I've been just kind of assuming I would never get this comic book because for a long time it was kind of priced out for what I'm willing to pay for it. But Saga #1. So I have that coming on route from Kyle. Nice near mint or near mint plus copy of it. Needs a press, but I'm excited to have it. And I actually got a Saga #2 from him as well, which I do have here. But yeah, that's kind of a couple cool comic books. I ended up falling in love with Saga. I read the whole thing, like binged, read the whole thing, and loved it, and thought it was really great. So very cool to have that.
So you finished the whole thing? I thought weren't you saying you got to a point where you had to stop?
I up to the hiatus. I finished everything up to that, and I haven't read anything of the new stuff. But yeah, everything that came out up till a couple years ago.
Gotcha. All right,
make you large again here.
All right, so pick this up from my good friend Collecto6. Super high grade copy of the first appearance of Hellboy in the San Diego Comic-Con, which is his #2, right?
Nice.
But yeah, like
that's the one where he's on a poster in the background.
No, this one actually has him inside. The poster one is the one that I found in the 50-cent bin. I found 2 copies when we were at Frankenstein.
I forgot about. Okay, yeah. So that's okay. So this one has actual panels, or is it like a?
This one has actual full-on like 2-page comic of him.
Nice
in it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hellboy is kind of a confusing one, like for all of his first appearances.
Well, he's got that dime press thing where he's on the cover, but it doesn't really look like Hellboy. But
yeah,
and then it's the first.
It seems like everybody gravitates towards Nextmen, but like that's
first color Hellboy.
Yeah. First standard. I don't know. That's almost kind of weird, I guess.
Yeah. So he's in a comic in this one.
Yes. Well, right. Yeah. That's why it's so strange.
Yeah. So I was super happy to get that from Steven Collecto6. So
nice.
You'll see several books I got from Steven.
Some good stuff. Pull up this one. So this would be higher on my list if I had it in hand, probably. But this is now officially the lowest number, and it's low grade, but it's the lowest number X-Men I own. X-Men 7, second appearance of the Blob. Very low grade, but hey, the earliest issue I had before this was 10. So
second Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch too, right?
I know it's second Blob, and I think there's another minor. It's the first appearance of Cerebro.
Okay.
But I didn't catch any of the other. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've read the first few issues.
So like third Magneto. I think
I think they appear again before this.
Do they?
Aren't they in the first?
Yeah, they're well. #1 has Magneto. Then it's
right. #1 has Magneto.
Do they appear again in like 5 or 6?
I think they do appear again in 5. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, that's true. We should call Roy Thomas up to get him to settle this.
There you go.
They're in 5.
5. Okay.
I was gonna say I thought they were
4th Magneto. There you go. 4th,
yeah, which is still pretty cool. And then like 3rd Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Then,
okay.
But yeah, there you go. Very low grade, but shout out to Kyle for hooking me up on that one.
Yeah, that's a really cool book. So this one is also from Terrificon. Super happy to pick this one up. Got a great deal on it.
Awesome.
First NYX, first Laura Kinney, X23. So yeah, just a super cool book. I got this from the people who run Heroes Con. They had a booth there. And they were really nice and gave me a great price on it. So
God, I forgot you had that. That's so cool.
Yeah. I think I was like, I think they had 300 on it and they gave it to me for like 225 or something.
Oh my God. In a heartbeat, dude, I would buy that.
So
that's cool. Good job.
Yeah.
They're all, I have them all in hand now. I don't have to go to any more stock photos or
it's all good. It's all good.
Dave Stevens goodness.
Oh yeah.
House of Mystery 11 newsstand. It probably is like a 9 with a after a press, maybe a 9.2 or something like that. But I think this is maybe kind of stabilized a little bit, but for a while this book was super hard to get. So I was happy to pick that up.
Was that a Frankenstein pickup?
No, it was an eBay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got lucky.
So this is the second big pickup I made in this year.
Okay.
Early on in the year, Tales to Astonish 44, first appearance of the Wasp. In probably, we determined it's somewhere between a 9 and a 9.4, I think. So,
very cool.
Might even sneak a little higher, but super high grade copy of that. So yeah, super happy again. This is from my friend Steven Stepo Collective 6 on Instagram. If you guys don't follow him, he just got a Captain America Comics #1.
Holy crap!
He just posted that on Instagram.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that is cool. Like that's cool. That's like,
yeah, I was like just blown away. I was like, oh my God. So
that's got to be like what, top 10 of the 20th century probably.
Yeah, that's one of like comics that I can only dream of ever owning, you know.
Man. My next comic is from the Bronze Age. Star Wars 42.
Hey, that's a good one.
Yeah, in a comic book, this is another one that's kind of like Hellboy. There's like 3 previous appearances in different editions, but it's the first Boba Fett, first full Yoda, first full Bounty Hunters, first cameo of the Emperor. But there is like a mini trade paperback, and there's like the Star Wars Holiday Special Marvel magazine
Treasury edition. Yeah, the big
well, I think the Treasury is the one that came after.
The Treasury came first, and then they busted him.
No, the mini comic came. The paperback one came first.
Oh, okay,
that's the actual first to print. Then I get mixed up on the order, but I know that one was literally first.
But the paperback was like a novelization, right?
No, it's actually the comic book inside a paperback form factor.
Oh wow,
it's really weird.
I didn't know that. Learned something new.
Pardon me. So it's a very strange one, but in the standard comic book, first Boba Fett.
So this one was not even on my radar of books that I would be getting this year. But as Bronze knows, my theory is always whatever comes my way that is cool and amazing, and this is definitely cool and amazing. It is Hawkman #4 in a over 9 grade.
So cool.
First appearance, for those who don't know, first appearance of Zatanna. Again, picked this up from my friend Steven Stepo Collective 6. And just blown away to even have this in my collection. It's like so minty. I'm like just blown away by having this thing. So yeah, just super high grade copy of that. And yeah, first is Atana.
Nice. That's so cool. Hard for me to say which one of these goes first. I think I'll go with hopefully the one that doesn't get us banned, but Cheval Noir #1, another Dave Stevens great book. I picked this up at Frankenstein Comic Swap.
They are all clothed. There should be no problem with it.
Promise they are. But yeah, just rounding out some of my Dave Stevens collection was one of my highlights of 2024. So
yeah,
that is no different.
All right. So this one is also from Terrificon. Boom #2. The first prototype Wolverine.
Just ask Roy Thomas, right, Richard?
Yeah. So was lucky enough to get this one for a great deal in a trade. One of our friends had a box of keys that he didn't want to have to sell, so he sold the entire box to me, and then I took it and chopped it around the floor and ended up trading it for the whole box for this, the first Falcon, and like 4 other books that I wanted.
Wow.
So yeah, just got a great deal.
So cool.
Boom #2, beautiful Steranko cover, first appearance of the prototype, just a 1-page little panel of the first idea of Wolverine, which was sent in by some poor guy who probably didn't get paid anything for it.
And that man's name was I'm just kidding. I'm not going to make a Roy Thomas joke. That's where the Roy Thomas stuff all comes from, though. Basically, for people that don't know that story. This is a little bit teaser. Something that's going to come up later in the show, but shout out to Hudat Comics. Got this on one of his short boxed auctions. First appearance of Red Sonja in a 9.0. Last graded book I'll have to show. I was very happy to have that. Did not expect that to come my way. That was a little bit of a taking a page out of Big B's book of letting something come my way.
Right? It's like, oh, well, that's silly to pass up, right?
Yeah.
This one is also from Terrificon. I got this from Very Gary. I
hear he has a YouTube channel.
Yeah. Everybody who's looked at this thinks it's way higher grade than a 7.5. But Avengers 57, first appearance of the Vision. So yeah.
Gosh, you got like what? How many first Avengers appearances did you like? 3 this year? 4?
A lot.
Yeah, like of the
kind of like
primary.
a lot. That's kind of the focus of my list was like major Marvel characters.
Yeah, you did great, man.
First appearances. So
followed up with ASM 316, another one that was I was hunting this one for a while. I had all the other major Venom keys, 299, 300, all the other big ones. But this was kind of the last big one.
You were hunting that one at Frankenstein, but we struck out. We only found one copy that was way overpriced.
Extremely overpriced, yeah.
This is the first key that I got. I feel like I'm going to get up misty-eyed talking about it. I got this this year, in January of this year, from Stepo, Collecto 6. We were doing a trade, and he asked me what kind of books I was looking for, and I said I was looking to get some big keys, and he said such as, and I started naming off some characters, and he grabbed one of the characters that I named off and said, "So you want this?" And I was like, "That's not fair for what we're trading for." And he said, "I didn't ask you if it was fair. I asked you if you wanted it." And so he gave me a 9.8 copy of the first appearance of Harley Quinn.
Wow.
Started bawling my eyes out.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Steven is just an amazing, nice, genuine person, and I'm very happy to call him my friend. He's just an awesome guy. So.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Wow. Well, hard to follow that up. But then I just showed this off
sorry.
last week. No. And I just showed this off last week, so it probably doesn't have the same effect in some ways. But got to give a shout out to QWERTY Comics for helping me out with this one. And Excalibur Comics too. Great shop here in this area in Portland. This is First Sabretooth, Iron Fist 14. It is signed by Chris Claremont on the first page, which is really cool.
Very cool.
Makes it a little extra special. Another book that for a while I was like, I'm never going to own a First Sabretooth. Turns out I do. I do own one now.
Whatever comes your way, man. Just be willing to accept what karma sends your way.
Yeah. All right, we're down to the last two, right?
Right. I bet you can guess what this one is.
I can guess what the last. I can guess what number one is for sure.
Right. Well,
I can guess what the one. I can guess what they are. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is from Son of Crom, and I never would have guessed that I would have this book or the other book that I'm going to show this year. But first appearance of Iron Man. Tales of Suspense 39.
Gorgeous.
Just an insane book. It is purple label restored, but the restoration, it's professional restoration. It has a tear seal, it said, and some glue on the inside of the cover, so it's stuff that could be removed.
Nice.
And so, but I don't know if I'm going to go to the trouble of doing that. But yeah, first appearance of Iron Man, which I'm just blown away that. Like, I keep saying that over and over again. I'm just blown away that the stuff came blowing my way.
I mean, dude, in all fairness, I was blown away by some of your pickups in 2024. Like one or two would happen. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like that would, make my year. And then like a month later we'd be talking and they're like, oh my gosh. Like
I'd mentioned like, I might have a line on. Like, what?
Well, hey, you know what? Now's my turn. I get to tell a slightly emotional story here because I have a friend that hooked me up with a book that I didn't expect to get in 2024. Somebody who's been a great friend to me this year and helped me out in a lot of ways that I didn't know I needed help with. So I really am appreciative of him in every way possible. My number two book, just based on, I guess I'd have to say like a monetary value, but in sentimental value, this actually means more to me now. My number two book is Conan number one, the first appearance of Conan.
Wow.
Gifted to me by Bigby McFly, who was very observant when I was talking about this with the day that he was talking about it when he got it, and was nice enough to give this to me as a Christmas present that I will never forget, man. So thank you. I very much appreciate it.
So happy to give that to you. And hey, shout out Son of Crom. He's
here
in the chat. So thank you again so much.
Perfect timing for Son of Crom to show up too, by the way.
Right? Yeah, well, he's showing Conan number one, right?
It's like we're talking about Conan enough that he popped up and had First Smithsonian earlier. So there you go. And you showed off a Conan number one too earlier. So
I did. That one I want to get. So when I picked that one up, they said it had never been cleaned or pressed.
Ooh,
5.0.
Like a clean press and resubmit.
Yeah, because they were showing it, and I look at it. It looks probably more like a 7-ish book to me. So
nice. Well, hey, I'm glad that you're here. Glad that you're watching, dude. We always I love checking out your content and everything too, Son of Crom. So thanks for being here.
Had his
thanks for being so generous.
Of collectors that was great too. So
yeah. Check that out. All right, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna, dude, because I know what your number one is. Okay. I'm not gonna go after that.
I don't want to follow that up.
Trust me, you'll see what it is, and you'll see why I don't want to go after you. That would be weird. So my number one pickup of the year, just literally jumped into an auction, I think about 20 minutes before it ended on High Bid, who I never had bought anything from before, and never expected to walk away with a FF48.
That's so cool.
It's pretty cool. It's very low grade, cover detached, which, as I mentioned in the video, the haul wasn't disclosed in the listing, which kind of bummed me out. But you know what? I got it for a really good price for what it is. And knowing that the cover's attached makes a little bit more sense. It was still a good price even then. I mean, it knocked it from being a steal to being like a good price. But hey, I never thought I'd have a first Silver Surfer. So There we go.
Yeah, bummed me out that I didn't have the money when you were telling me about that first JLA that they had the other night for $500.
Oh, that was on the fundraiser for Monarch Comics,
Right.
which had the fire and got affected with that. Yes, the colors are gorgeous on this. Very cool. I know what Bigby's going to show next. There's no way I could show an FF48 after that. So why don't you tell us what your number one pickup of the year was?
Well, this one comes from my friend Travis at Comics Limited, and he was approached by somebody at his church about helping them to. They said, "You deal in comic books. We have some books we'd like to have you sell," and this was one of the books, and I was fortunate enough to be the person to purchase it, and it's Fantastic Four #1.
So gorgeous, dude.
So yeah,
wow.
Still need to get it cleaned and pressed and graded. I don't know, like every time I look at it, I wave around like where the grade falls. So, but it's still, I'm just happy to have it in my collection. Colors are really nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think when a clean and press will do wonders on it, and yeah. So
here, in no way to take away from that, just kind of show, since we both had FF comics, let's put them up at the same time. There we go. A couple of the major ones there in that first 50 issues, although 50's no slouch either.
Right. Yeah.
There's some good ones in that run for sure.
Oh, there's so many, like first Black Panther, first Inhumans, first. There's just so much good
Black
stuff.
Bolt. I mean, there's some, dude, I gotta say, and I've said this before, you've heard me say this, but I just have to say it again. I'm so happy for you. Like the Tales of Suspense, the FF, just so many of those books you got this year. It's just incredible. And we're comic book collectors, like for sure. Like Bigby's heard me talk a million times about X-Men #1 and like, like dreaming after it, daydreaming about it. I've heard Bigby, talk about books like, First Cap and all that kind of stuff, and Fantastic Four and First Iron Man and all these other books, right? I mean, we have these books that we prize as collectors, and to see somebody end up with some of those like bucket list books is amazing. So, dude, hats off to you for having a phenomenal 2024 when it comes to comic book collecting. Like, you crushed it, dude. Like, honestly,
I like I said, just anything that came my way that I felt like I could swing the deal and add that to my collection. Son of Crom, that whole deal, I didn't think that when I first saw he was moving a lot of his books, and I was like, oh, this guy's probably really far away and he's wanting to move them all in bulk, and there's no way that I can probably be a part of this. So I didn't even contact him. And then like a week later, one of my friends said, hey, where is such and such place in relation to any of you guys? And I was like, that's not that far from me. And he's like, that's where that guy is from. And I was like, so I reached out, and he told me, well, everything has already been spoken for. And I said, oh, that's cool. I just enjoy talking to you about books and everything, and chit chatting and whatnot. And one thing led to another, and he started telling me, oh, this one fell through, this thing fell through, this fell through, this fell through, that fell through. And I ended up getting a very large majority of the books that he had to get rid of. But it was just through happenstance, so.
Well, dude, I mean, yeah, and chat, by the way, if you're not following Son of Crom, go give him a follow on his channel. He's a fun channel to watch. Like, you'll watch a video and like he's in Hawaii, like looking around at a comic book shop. He was there on like family business, but he goes to a comic book shop. He does a great job showing a tour of it. Or the next time I turn on, he's sneaking up on my friends in their car while he's at a park where he's supposed to meet him, pretending to be a homeless guy. Like, definitely go follow.
That's crazy.
It was fun. There was some really fun stuff on his channel, and he's a really cool member of this community. So go give Son of Crom a follow.
Yeah, he's
just like you
in
would any
Hawaii.
of us.
He's in Australia. He's all over the place.
He does some crazy stuff. He's a huge Conan fan, as you might figure from his name, but he does a couple other collections. He's working on a couple runs too, so it's fun to follow along with that.
Some bat guy and then some spider guy. I don't know.
But it's people like that make this community so awesome. People like you, Big B, really cool stuff. But yeah, just watching you acquire some of those amazing comic books, like it's just, I don't know, it's in a weird way, it gives, like I've told you, like I think I'll never own a copy of X-Men 1, right? And then like
You will.
watching you acquire some of those books this year, I was like, maybe I shouldn't give up hope, like
No, don't
maybe
give
I
up
really
hope.
could. Maybe I really could like dedicate like, trying to sell enough stuff or something to, or maybe the market, works out favorably enough that it's possible someday or something like that. But it's cool. I mean, every year I come up with a list of comic books. This year was my worst year ever trying to hit all those comic books I was trying to collect. Like I was trying to get an X-Men 12, that didn't happen, other stuff. But I had so much fun collecting along with you and like watching you and going to shows with you that made up for it. It was a lot of fun, man.
I've got to say, like our summer con, that was one of the craziest. Like, if you guys don't know, I fell asleep buying my tickets for SummerCon, and when I woke up, the wheel was still spinning, and it said sold out. And so we were panicking because I'm supposed to be driving Bronze and I up to the show, and it all worked out. It was a crazy adventure, though. It was really fun.
Yeah. Shout out to Bueller, Comics with Bueller, for helping out
for sure
at the last minute there and help, getting me that opportunity. Talk about things that happened in 2024, that being able to be a panel host at Washington State Summer Con and hopefully doing some more of that this year was a blast.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I mean, think that led to Mark Bagley donating a Spider-Man piece for Heroes for Heroes. And so, I mean, just the things that happened because of that, it opens a lot of doors and helps out for a charity and helps out for veterans and, kind of helped us become better friends and all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah. It's been a great year getting to know you and a lot of the people in the chat, and Richard coming up and getting to meet him in person, and just
Richard was so clutch.
Yeah, just an amazing year. It's been, I never would have thought that the year would have shaken out the way that it did.
Yeah. So 100%. That said, we normally would be wrapping up the show right now. I do have a couple things that are like kind of urgent-ish to talk about.
We got a couple news pieces we should talk about.
Yeah, there's one news piece pretty much, and then one thing that's kind of like a call to action. Speaking of positivity, helping people in the community, I'll make a post about this some other time too, probably. But somebody I wouldn't say we're friends or anything like that, but I talk to Sozamika a little bit. We've had some DM conversations. I've met up with her at a con. Not friends, but I've kind of given her some advice, and she's had some issues and stuff. I feel really bad for her. She's dealing with a pretty bad situation medically. And she actually had two different situations happen, as far as I understand. One right at Christmas time, she had to go to the ER. She had to go back for another issue here. I don't want to get too far into her medical stuff or anything like that, but I do want to, kind of highlight her post there. You can go see it on her Facebook if you want to go look at it yourself. And then this is her GoFundMe that she has going on right now. I'm going to paste that link into chat for her medical expenses. Trust me, when creators out there ask for help like this, and in some cases, ones I've talked to, I know they really need it. So definitely something to consider, if you're in the giving spirit. They've raised a decent amount. She has a $16,000 goal to help recoup some of the costs from her medical expenses. It's just one of those things where I think that she's somebody who's dealt with a lot of stuff. When we talk about, I'm trying to be careful, I don't want to reveal anything she said in confidence, but when we talk about struggles that people go through in the comic book community, she's somebody who's definitely dealt with some of those struggles. And so that's the kind of thing we like to highlight here and try to help out if we can. So yeah. Anyways, if you guys feel like giving, go ahead and follow the link, and I'll definitely be talking about this more.
For sure.
So,
you're gonna put a post on your Instagram about that too?
I think I will, yeah. Because I mean, and I say that only because we're down here. It's pretty late, and we only got like 12 people watching still. So I know it's kind of a holiday week and everything. It feels like it was kind of a lower turnout. So I want to try to get the word out a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
So maybe we can collab on that post or something too.
Yeah, for sure. I'll totally collab with you on that.
Then news. I showed off that Lobo comic, so let's kind of get to the elephant in the room.
The main man.
Yeah. On a little more positive note to end on here. So this is kind of like, I feel like the most telegraphed news story of all time, but it is officially happening. Excuse me. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are we boring you, Mr. Bronze?
No, I am just tired as heck. My cold medication's wearing off. Not super sick, but I'm still fighting through some stuff. I got kind of re-sick along with everybody else in my household. So Jason Momoa is going. This is surprising. He's going to play Lobo in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. That's the part that got my attention. This comes to us from Deadline. It is confirmed by Deadline. I mean, it's also interesting, of course, because he played Aquaman in the DC films, of course. I think he did a decent job, especially that first one was pretty good.
Yeah. I enjoyed him as Aquaman.
Yeah. I don't think he was the problem with the second one, but I think there were some problems with the second film. Yeah. He does look more like Lobo than Aquaman. Yep, exactly. I think a lot of people kind of said he was born to play Lobo. I've seen that mentioned several times previously and since he was officially cast. I know Omega Man 3 is shooting up in value right now. Take that for what it is. By the way, somebody shared with me the GI Robot first appearance, like went from being a $10 book to being like hundreds of dollars. The Weird War Tales, was it 101 or something like that? I
read that book when I was a little kid, and like that story, like I was like, wow, it was really good actually.
I know we're both watching Creature Commando, so I thought I'd mention that. Don't worry, Jay, we won't get any spoilers. But I think we're both caught up with Creature Commando. We both watched the first 5, right?
Yeah.
Good show. That's what I'll say. It's a good show.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's good.
Yeah. Curious to see where they go. What's his? I don't know who he's quoting here. But if you don't know, Pride of Gypsies, that is Jason Momoa. By the way, I've been like, I'm not going to brag, I've been like 5 feet away from Jason Momoa once, so I feel like I'm pretty close to him.
You were mistaken for Jason Momoa once, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, our body types are very similar. I don't know who he's quoting here. So Lobo was, I collect comics and I don't do so much anymore, but he was always my favorite and I always wanted to play. Oh, so I guess it's a quote on
from
his
Jason
Twitter.
Momoa. Yeah.
It must be his publicist saying it or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hello, it's the perfect role. He said, I mean, listen, if they call and ask me to play him, it's F yeah. I haven't received that call, so I don't want to put any fake news out there. But if they ever call me and ask me to play or ask me to do the audition, I'm there. I really have always liked Jason Momoa since I saw him on Stargate Atlantis. He played the bounty hunter Ronan Dax in that show, which is a character. If you watch that show and you watch him play that, Lobo will not be a hard role for him to play. I don't think. I think he's going to do a great job. So I think this is cool.
It'll be interesting if they have Lobo run into Wonder Woman, if they still have Gal Gadot playing Wonder Woman.
That would be
You
funny.
remind me of somebody.
Don't I know you? I can just see it. Yeah, like I love it. Do you think that was the news he got when he made that video leaving WB screaming? I don't know about that story.
Oh, was he leaving WB screaming in delight? That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I think everybody's excited about this. I can't remember there's an animated movie where Superman fights Lobo, and I always forget which one it is. Is it Man of Tomorrow? I can't remember. One of the DC EU films. Okay, it was Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I was like,
it's really good. It's really good. For one of the animated films.
Character because they've always like played with his power level depending on who's writing the book.
Yeah.
So like sometimes he can take on Superman and sometimes he's just a badass biker dude.
And I don't know if you watch, but this is one of those ones where he can like not necessarily he definitely can take on Superman. I don't know if he's like in the same ballpark at the end of the day. Superman, that's one of those portrayals where Superman's kind of holding back and he doesn't have, he like kind of finds that he doesn't have to hold back as much, right? So it was I like that story a lot. That said, we are way over time. I know there's a few of you that are very dedicated viewers, and we really appreciate that. We will tease next week's topic for you.
Yeah.
Something we originally toyed with doing this week, but we decided it would make a perfect topic for next week. Probably not the only thing we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk a little bit about heading into 2025, lessons learned from 2024. Maybe we'll reveal our list of comics we're trying to pick up in 2025 or something like that. Kind of take that approach, and we'll probably have some more news and updates on the comic community art contest, because I'm sure some of the posts will be up by then, and we can kind of talk about that. Yeah, exactly, Louise. Which, by the way, I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you in chat. We were in the middle of something else, but I saw you come in here. Appreciate you being here. That's the exact sentiment I want to make sure we leave everybody with. Have a safe and happy New Year, everybody. Ring it in style. With if you have 10 fingers and toes now, on the first, let's still have 10 fingers and toes, please. Don't add to the population, don't subtract to the population, all those fun things, right?
I want to say thank you to everybody. You made 2024 the year that it was. Without you guys, like Bronze and I say so often, you guys are a great part of the show, and we appreciate you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. It means a lot to us that you guys are here every week, and I use the guys generically. Everybody's here. Everybody who watches on the Rewind, everybody who watches over on Big B's channel, everybody who watches over on the EXP, on my channel, we appreciate it. Please go sub up the other channels. Let's help those channels grow, so we have an even better 2025 where we can do more things. And we'll talk about some of our New Year's resolutions next week on Best Coast Comics. Next week, Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific or 11 Eastern if you're over on the East Coast. And we appreciate everybody. Have a happy New Year. Bye.
Join the party. Head over to our Linktree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.